Well, Dana, Mayor de Blasio has been so busy taking Donald Trump to task that he may have forgotten that all politics is local. And here on Fifth Avenue, local means getting holiday shoppers to spend money, which is really hard to do if the streets are blocked.
It's very, very important to the economy of the city of New York.
Tom Cusick, president of the Fifth Avenue Business Improvement District, telling me just how much the businesses around Trump Tower mean to the city's bottom line.
We're talking about minimum tens of millions of dollars in lost revenue, the potential. We're also talking about jobs. If there's not a lot of business, we don't need all those people.
Tiffany, for example, paid over $11 million in city taxes this year, but the mayor doesn't think much of swanky New York businesses.
I will not tell you that Gucci and Tiffany are my central concerns in life.
Mayor de Blasio yesterday, when asked how to help the Midtown businesses who are finding it hard to attract customers amid the security chaos around Trump Tower. Businesses that pay rent, provide jobs, and pay lots and lots of taxes. And did I mention that some ring up 25% of their annual sales during Christmas? At present, 56th Street is closed to traffic, so is one lane of Fifth Avenue. But in real life, it looks like this. Barricades everywhere, imposing checkpoints at Fifth Avenue and 56th and 5th and 57th that limit pedestrian traffic. Cars traveling down Fifth Avenue have to squeeze down a lane at 57th. It's often chaotic. I tried to ask the mayor about it today. The businesses along Fifth Avenue also feel that they should be part of the future of the city, and why aren't they important too?
They are important, but we're going to talk about that tomorrow.
But is there anything, anything that you can do to say to them?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that tomorrow.
What about today?
I'm going to talk about it tomorrow.
But former Mayor Rudy Giuliani, coming out of meetings in Trump Tower, had no trouble coming up with a solution.
If I were the mayor, I would say everybody who voted for Trump should visit New York during Christmas time just so they can look at the Trump building. And we make a fortune.
Well, a Secret Service and the NYPD met today to come up with a permanent solution. But the problem is that the mayor says he won't be talking about it until tomorrow. Reporting live in Midtown, I'm Marcia Kramer, CBS 2 News.